Hello, beautiful people. I wanted to, I'm combining the setup and I'm gonna see if I can use this setup to create videos in the future. Because one of the problems is this camera is a little bit older, but the picture on it is just the best. So I wanted to be able to connect the video from here to the audio from my computer, splice it up. So that's gonna be my goal for the future. But this video is gonna be about how to break your comfort zone and really actionable steps that I use every day. For me, because this is some shit that I've become fucking very good at. I'm very good at breaking the comfort zone. I would say first step is changing your style. Wearing something that is out of the norm, and or messing around with the color of your hair, color of your eyes, something that will put you in a place where you feel the tightness, and it literally is a physical condition. You will feel a tightness in your chest, and a lot of people call that anxiety. And you know, the difference between anxiety and excitement is your brain, and it's your interpretation of it. So you'll feel some excitement in your chest, and you'll go from there. And when you have that feeling, so when you go out, you could do this just by going to Panera. You don't need to go to a club, because I know people don't go to clubs. If you just go to Panera wearing something not abnormal, like you see I'm wearing a romper right now, a romp him. You go to for me this is normal now. For me, my default, like, I'm not scared of a lot of situations now. I don't become uncomfortable, become anxious at a lot of situations now, because my bar for becoming anxious is raised. Like, the activation energy for my anxiety is way higher. Like, a social anxiety is way higher than before, because I've pressed against that wall that I've been dealing with since I was a lot younger. So the first step is wear something that is very not you, and go out with it. And something, people will look at you, but what you'll notice is that nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. And that's the other thing with even recording videos in public or literally doing anything. Nobody cares. There is the activation energy, and I love that phrase and I love that concept. The activation energy to cause people to stop what they are doing, to interact with you and to look at you, is fucking really high. The bigger the city, the higher that is. Smaller the city, the lower it is. But even in the smallest of cities, like I would go walk around Russia in rompers. I would walk around small towns of Russia with a Speedo and no shirt on. Like, they look at you, maybe they say something to their friend, and then you don't exist. They don't care. So that's the first thing. You'll start to realize that what's in your head about how people will react or how people will do, everything that's in your head, the worst case scenario, it's just not true. And it's not going to happen. And you realize a lot of the time when your brain is anxious, it's not factual anxiety, if that's even a phrase. It's not true that you should feel anxious, because the projected consequences that are in your brain, if we take what's in your brain and we actually look at what do you actually think the worst possible thing that's going to happen is. Like, literally, let's take you on a trip. What is the worst thing that's going to happen when you go talk to that girl, or when you go to the middle of the dance floor, or when you wear that thing that you really wanted to wear that's really you but you don't want to wear it, or when you change the hair color, whatever it is? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Like, nothing. Like, just 99% of the time, nothing's going to happen. Now, some of the time, I have found, we're still on step one, I have discovered a area, like, you can push it so far. I think the limit to where people will start saying something and will start doing something is when, as a guy, you start wearing what are traditionally known as women's clothing. This can be leggings. Usually it comes in the form of leggings. I have not, leggings are lit. I don't know. For me, there are many clothings that are unisex. Leggings are one. This is obviously a male This is a romper that's made for men, but you could see some rompers that are male and female. I mean, all clothes are unisex, to be honest. They sell all clothes to anybody who wants to wear them. And women's clothes are more comfortable. That's a fact. The women's clothes are looser fitting. They're made of material that breathes, and they're more comfortable. If you ever wear a pair of leggings or like just this romper, like the way this romper feels on your skin, it's superior to men's clothes. Men's clothes are shit. Men's clothes are made for work. So yeah, if you want to do some hard work, yeah, wear some blue jeans and some boots. But if you're not doing hard work and you want to enjoy yourself, dude, wear something fun. Get some shorts that are a little bit short. Short shorts are fucking comfortable. Like they keep your leg out, it's loose. The weather's warm. Enjoy yourself. So there is a limit that is one place where if you start to wear leggings, if you start to wear, I have some outfits. If you go to my Instagram, follow my Instagram, chi.in.russia, say shameless plug, you'll see some of the outfits there. Like people have come up to me, people are like, what are you wearing? You know, and they say things like that, like the worst. Like some people make a face, like you'll hear them out of the corner of your ear, like, why is he doing this? What the fuck is that? That's the worst though. Like nobody's gonna fight you. Nobody. Like also privilege. I'm a big black guy. I'm 6'3", 6'3", 200-pound black guy. I have to put a little bit of privilege because nobody's gonna bully me. Like nobody's gonna come up to me and be mean. Right? People, not that I'm gonna do anything, but they have the same like little anxiety like voice on their shoulder that's like, oh, don't say something to the big black guy because you don't know what's gonna happen. So there's my privilege. That being said, in general, I have a friend who's he's a they. He likes to dress in women's clothes, like he likes to put on makeup and do the whole thing, right? And so for him, like we actually went out together when I visited California. We went out together in San Diego, and we went out one night, just a normal night, and then the second night we went out and he dressed up in the full thing. Put on the makeup, put on the skirt, put on the top, and it was a whole thing. And man, we had an interesting night. I would say he put like, if you are able to wear that type of, if you're able to wear clothing that makes you stand out from the crowd, and you're able to survive that, you're God. You become God. Your soul, your inside, your psyche. I wouldn't even say your soul, because your soul is just always fire, right? But your psyche, the body becomes so, there's a word for it, it's like just immune to what people can or would say. If you get through that, and if you do it over and over again, and I'm not even saying you have to interact with people, I'm just saying you just have to go out and walk around. If you get through that, the more you do that, and then if you start interacting with people, you take that a step further, then you start hitting on people, you take it to the furthest limit, and then you even kiss somebody, and then whatever. The further you go in that, dude, you truly do not, you truly are immune to any of those social anxieties that come up. And so the further you push your comfort zone, the further, and the other part of it, when we're talking about spirituality, when we're talking about being present and in the moment, dude, there's nothing more that keeps you in the present moment than wearing clothes that are out of the norm. Qualify that to say it could put you in your head. The challenge with all of this stuff is, you wear the clothes and you stay present. I forgot about that. What's wrong with me? You wear the clothes and you stay present. That is it. That is it. Wear the clothes, buy Zesty's romper, type in romper on, Zesty's romper on YouTube, on Amazon. Buy the shit for $70. Stay present. Look at people in the eyes. Live in it, revel in it, love it, laugh. Whenever somebody looks at you funny, laugh. You gotta stay present. If you do that, man, you're just a god. You're just a god. The second thing that you can do to improve is when you go out. I find that most people don't interact with most people don't interact with strangers, and that's all over the world. Russia, it's everywhere in the world. Most people do not interact with strangers, but interacting with strangers is so fun, so fun. Friends are amazing, and for me, I like that combination. If I can have a friend with me to go on that adventure of meeting strangers, truly, it can be one of the best nights of life. Truly, but you have to have somebody who is present. You have to have somebody because what I'll say about it is that if you are with somebody who gets in their head about different things, it can affect them. I mean, people can go into dark places when they are put into situations that cause them anxiety. Very obviously. Maybe that's a very obvious thing to say. I'm a perfect example. If you watch my last 2 videos, you will see, I have personally, I still get anxiety about stuff. I still have go into dark places about different things. I understand that when you're put into a stressful situation, you'll feel a certain way. So that's what I'm saying. Whenever you're doing any of this stuff, if you want to do it with a friend, that person has to be very present. They have to be very, not scared to do things in that situation. If not, I would say if you don't have any friends like that, just go out alone. That's a big thing, and that'll be number 3. I'll go back to number 2. Number 3 is go out alone. Go do things alone. Go meet people alone. Go out wearing different clothes alone. Doing things alone. That your only if you do that, your only limitation is what you're capable of doing. If you go out with a friend, your limitation is now not only what you're doing, but what they're doing. And I've found that's why I like going out more alone than not, because most of the time I'm limited by the anxiety that my friends are able to sustain over time. It is what it is. It is what it is. So first step, wear some crazy clothes. Second step, forget it. And the third step is go out alone. What was the second step? Do you remember the second step? Oh, meeting strangers. Yeah, meeting strangers. So I start meeting strangers this is going to be a 3-step video. That's all we're going to do. Meeting strangers starts from the moment you leave your door. When you leave your door, you get into an Uber. If you get into an Uber, you start talking to the Uber driver. If they're open, you try to start talking to the Uber driver. If not, keep it going. Literally, one of the strategies that I have and still have is that every single person you pass on the street, you say hi, or you give them a compliment, or you ask for directions. You don't have to have an interaction with them necessarily. Better if you do, but you don't have to. Just a hi. Hey, oh, I like your shirt. Oh, I like your scarf. Oh, I love your hair. That's fantastic. You don't even know, that shit makes people's days. People it happen. When I'm in a bad mood, sometimes just somebody saying hi to me, you just acknowledging my existence is something. And especially with guys, because giving a guy a compliment or saying hi to a guy, even guy to guy or girl to guy, guys don't get compliments. Let me tell you what, guys don't get compliments. Even as a very extremely attractive guy, but let me not be a fucking asshole. But even I'm not attracted. I'm okay. I get a compliment. As somebody who is attractive to some women sometimes, I get a compliment once a month, maybe. And that's now. Before, I would never get compliments. Just never. So just even that small thing from somebody just acknowledging your existence, and it's usually genuine. If I'm walking by, it's always genuine. Fuck it. I mean, if I'm walking by, the first thing that I'm going to react to, bam, oh, I like your shirt. Hey, bro, I like you got some nice flow. Hit it. Keep it going. I'm telling you, though, if you interact with 10 strangers in the night or in the day, you will also become a god. Your immunity I don't know what it is. Just giving out that positivity, dude, it puts you up. If you try it, I swear to God, dude, it puts you up. And I'm going to make a video sometime of me doing this. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to film it without being aggressive, or maybe I'll have a friend film it. But I'll film it sometime. But I'm telling you, man, when you do that in a night, you're God. That's all. So those are the three things that I personally recommend that anybody can do, literally in the daytime, in the nighttime, anytime, is wear some crazy clothes, change your eye color, change your hair color, do something that puts you out of the norm to the extent that you can. I don't wear this to work, unfortunately. I would if I worked at Google. I wish, God damn it, I would wear a lot of things if I worked in like a free workplace. But God, you gotta get the paycheck, and then meet strangers all the time, and then go out alone. And go out alone. When I say go out alone, it's not just like walk out around outside alone. It's like I'm saying do steps 1 and 2, and then go out and meet people in the daytime or the nighttime. And that's the end of the video. I don't know how long this video has been. What is it? 15 minutes. That's nice. In and out. Those are my suggestions. If you follow them to the T, you'll be a god. And then at least one part of your life will be solved. I think the bigger piece, the spiritual piece that I would call it, like staying present, being aware, staying in the moment, no matter what is the situation, that all that stuff, that's just a lifelong journey. That's stuff that you gotta practice every single day. Not being attached to your feelings. Thoughts are easy. You could just let go of thoughts, in my opinion. You could just not think of something else. You could just distract yourself. You could just stop thinking. Feelings are a whole different thing. You can't really stop feeling anxious, if you want to call it anxious. What you can do is you can take action. That's the thing I learned from game. Is at least for that feeling, you can't stop feeling anxious, but what you can do is you can take action. And what's funny is like you don't feel like your brain is causing, or your body, whatever, is causing the feeling. Like if you didn't think the thought, oh, I'm gonna go talk to this girl, like, man, or guy, whatever, like when you put your mind on it, you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna say? And you get your mind you're freaked the fuck out. But if I was just like, you're not gonna talk to them, it's fine. You're not gonna talk to them. Your body immediately calms down. Your body immediately calms down. That's why sometimes I like to just, if I take people out, I don't tell them what we're gonna do, because I know they're gonna freak the fuck out if I tell them what we're doing. So I just let them live their best life, and then I just stop a group. Hey, real quick. And then I just put them in the situation. When they're in the situation, they'll usually be able to swim, and then hopefully they'll get some endorphins from it, and some dopamine and some serotonin, and hopefully they'll be able to continue. Sometimes that's their limit already. Sometimes they've reached that still activates fight or flight, and they're done. But truly, some of my best friends are the ones who. It's no slight on the people that haven't been able to handle some of the situations. There's no slight. It's just truly it's a spiritual journey that we're all on, and I'm still going through mine. Maybe with this specific situation, it's easier for me because I've put myself in the situations over and over and over again. Now for me, my way of moving forward in this spiritual journey is not only, that's easy to me now, but what's outside of my comfort zone. Okay, what's outside of my comfort zone is losing money, is putting money in the stock market and watching it go down or watching it go up. I am very attached to the outcome of those situations, and in a lot of the situations you can't take action. You're stuck in it until it's run its course, or until you can pull out the next day, or until sometimes you gotta let it sit. Don't be paper hands. You gotta let it sit. So I'm very, for me, it's that. For me, it's being attached to the outcome of like learning a language. I gotta learn a language, dude. It's gonna take months or years to really, really, really get the language. I can improve every day. I can get new words. I can get new sentences. But man, like ultimately, this is a lifelong journey to learn new languages. You're never gonna know every word in the language. I don't know all the words in the English language. With making videos, it's a journey. So everything, being comfortable with the process of life is, if I want to call it that, that's for me. That's the next step. I critically and experimentally, solved being social. Am I a God? Still for me, am I God all the time? No. Do I still have anxiety sometimes? Yes. But I know what to do. And I know how to respond in different situations. Y'all gotta live your best life. I hope this video helps somebody. I hope the camera's been centered on my face the whole time. Lord knows I'm gonna figure out how to get a little bit of a. I'm gonna invest in a better rig so I can film myself, because I want to be able to see the screen. I want to be able to see myself just so I can understand that I'm in frame and make sure everything's okay. Other than that, y'all are beautiful. This has been another Cheat Chats. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Peace.